Hello and happy Monday. It's Julia. Thank you for joining us here at NextHome Our Town for the weekly market update, where we run through the numbers for the previous week and keep you informed on what's happening here in the Waco, Texas area. We want you to be armed with reality so you can make informed decisions with regards to real estate, of course. So let's get started for today. These numbers here are pulled from the Waco Association of Realtors MLS system, and they're the 7-day stats for a 20-mile radius from the center of Waco. The new listings are down significantly, suggesting that the spring listing frenzy may be impacted by the rise in mortgage interest rates. I know personally I have clients that have been thinking about upgrading, and now they've decided that the move's not so appealing when they have to buy their new home at a higher interest rate. The money they would get selling their home is no longer incentive enough for them to move. All the other numbers for the week pretty much consistent for what we've been seeing. The sold numbers are up because of buyers making offers early in the spring when we actually recommend that's when you list your home. They purchased already and now they're closing at their pre-5% interest rates, more assured and confident in their purchase than when they made their initial offer. Moving on here, the only notable stat for the price bands is the sold to list price ratio for the $40,000 to $100,000 band, and that's at 88.5%, well below the 100% sale to list ratio typically seen, suggesting that investors are backing down, which I find quite odd. As far as investments go, we've had some extreme challenges getting an acceptable cap rate. One, because buyers are bidding well over asking price on most listings, which is driving the price up, and the rent rates for most properties haven't quite adjusted to the sales prices. Many of the rental tenant occupied properties are under contract for last year's rental rates, which just don't line up for today's prices. And we're afraid that property owners are wanting to sell their investments for the higher price points and let the new landlords figure out how to retain the tenants and raise the rent at the same time. We do field a lot of calls from renters, though, who state that their rent's going up significantly and they'd rather buy now instead of pay the higher rent. And so this is important if you're an investor to know that. The challenge is that many renters don't have the down payment and the closing costs both saved, and they need to get an FHA loan or grant to buy those. And those homes need to be in excellent condition. And finding an FHA qualifying property under $200,000 is nearly impossible. So only long-term investors should be purchasing now. However, with that said, there's a huge opportunity for flippers who can rehab a home for a suitable profit on a sales price of $250,000 or less. So we're looking out for those. We'd love to help you with that, as we already have several investors that we shop for, and we can also provide a list of contractors to help you complete the job. If you're looking to buy, you should know that what a winning contract looks like. We try to be as transparent as possible, and there is good news today for buyers. Even though the interest rates are rising, and because the interest rates are rising, there's less competition to buy a home. So you're actually in a good position. We're seeing the amount offered over asking start to decrease and the days on market increase. So our greedy sellers are being awakened, and we predict that we'll start seeing a lot more price improvements being advertised. I already saw a couple on Facebook this week, which is pretty embarrassing for those sellers. Sellers, you have no idea how important it is to price your home correctly. Don't get red flagged by a price reduction because it can cost you tens of thousands of dollars. Buyers, the rates are rising, but the offered price is lower. So you can actually use your cash towards your down payment or buy down the interest rate and not worry about those high increases, rather than having to pay the overall appraisal price. You're welcome. So what are the current rates? Dun, dun, dun. Here they are as of April 25th from bankrate.com. Conventional 30-year, about 5.25%, and the best being your FHA at 4.49. We still expect them to continue to climb this year. So thank you for watching. Feel free to reach out if we can help plan your next move, and we'll see you at our update next week.